So today we are going to go into Georgetown. So everywhere we've been in the Exumas so far, because water, you have to pay 45 cents a gallon for it. It's not always easy to get to, but here at Georgetown, water is free. It's here, you can just throw your trash in a trash can. There's grocery stores, hardware stores, different things like that. Just all kinds of stuff. We're gonna go exploring. Should be fun. You ready for some exploring, Lindy? Here we go. So here's the entrance into Lake Victoria. And this is the dinghy dock here. Welcome to Georgetown, it says. Here's our water. So we've checked out all the shops in town, walked around the main street, and now we've come back to Two Turtles. So we're gonna have some food. And
we enjoyed our first day in Georgetown. There's everything you could want there in terms of provisioning. The city was smaller than I had imagined, and not a lot of interesting things around town to video.
Where are we heading today, Lindy?
We're going to go over to Monument Beach and hike out to the monument, which is
right over there.
Some sort of stone beacon or something.
All right, we made it to the beach. There's the monument. What do you think, Lindy? Should we just climb straight up those rocks to it? So this is the Exuma Sound. Monument and beach. So, wow, that's a beautiful beach. Look at that. We've spotted the monument. Getting closer. We made it! It's the monument. Well, it appears to be a giant concrete thing. There's Holiday, second from the left. Oh. There's Spicy, the dinghy, hanging out.
It was a long hike on the route we took up to the monument, but worth it, with beautiful views the entire time.
Why don't you eat one and see if it's poisonous?
For sure.
Yeah.
It looks disgusting.
I think it's an alien. Ah, it got me!
After surviving the alien attack, we found another trail that looked like a more direct route back down to the dinghy. We think the name of this trail should be Death by Mosquitoes.
It seems that we've come to Georgetown like past the end of cruising season. There's really not a lot of people here. And the town seemed all right, you know. But it would, I think that the attraction of it is when there's hundreds of cruisers here. Of course, I bet when you're here with those hundreds of cruisers, you're like, man, there's too many people here. This place would be a lot better if they'd all leave. But, you know, that's how it goes.
Yeah, it's Jumbo's window.
Yeah, when I stopped, like 5 mosquitoes landed on my face. Has bugs. Oh, it's just a spider. All right, here, I'll pass.
As long as we kept moving quickly, we were able to avoid most of the millions of mosquitoes. And before long, we were back to the dinghy. The Monument Beach anchorage was awesome, and a couple of days later, we moved to the anchorage closer to Georgetown.
We changed anchorages here because the wind direction changed, and we're closer to town. So today we filled up all our water tanks and all our jerry cans, and now we're going to go to the Chat and Chill. And it's Sunday, so there's supposed to be a pig roast.
That happens to us all.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool spot here.
We made it to the beach.
It is really pretty.
This is Joe and Michelle on Soul Rebel. We met up here. What's up?
The Chat and Chill was back over on Stocking Island, and the barbecue looked awesome. This place is basically where all the cruisers in Elizabeth Harbour meet up and hang out.
This is Todd over here.
We spent the afternoon hanging out with Joe and Michelle and had a blast. Another activity we did while at the Georgetown anchorage was attending a Rake and Scrape. Rake and Scrape is traditional Bahamian live music, great for dancing. There's usually a Rake and Scrape in Georgetown somewhere or another on any given night. We had a ton of fun at the Georgetown anchorage before joining Soul Rebel over in the Crab Key anchorage a couple of days later.
We moved a couple of days ago into this anchorage next to Crab Key. It's a nice anchorage. We're going to just kind of explore around Crab Key.
Crab Key, just a short dinghy ride from the dinghy docks at Georgetown, basically was an empty island. All that was there was the remains from an abandoned resort from a few years back. Before the resort was abandoned, they did, however, build this beautiful bridge from the mainland. Kind of weird. All around Crab Key were beautiful lagoons with rock outcroppings surrounded by tropical foliage. There were also quite a few sunken boat wrecks to check out.
Shamrock.
That doesn't look like it's been there long.
Not too terribly long.
Interesting looking little catamaran.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's freaky looking to see the water inside the cabin.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fun day of exploring by the dinghy. Then it was time to head back to Holiday, where Lindy would whip up some food with her mad cooking skills.
What's for dinner tonight, Lindy?
It's this Mexican thing that somebody that we met at another anchorage told me about. Heat it up in the oven. It's kind of like a Mexican lasagna kind of thing. I'm excited about it.
That sounds delicious. I can't wait to eat it.
Jamming out to tunes, Lindy began to put a yummy dish together.
What you doing now?
Now I'm cooking the meat that's going to go in it.
All right, what's next, Lindy?
So then I'm going to put it together. Start with flour tortillas, some peppers and onions. I'm going to put some ground beef, and you can use chicken or whatever you got.
Fresh cilantro, that's a treat.
Cilantro. Putting the rest of the peppers and onions out here. Black beans on this layer. Cheese again on this layer. Putting one more layer of tortilla, and then it'll go in the oven.
That looks delicious.
So I was checking the dinner, noticing that it wasn't really getting any more done. Then I realized the flame had went out. We're out of propane. So when that happens, Zach has to change it.
Well, we got the propane changed and the oven back on, and it looks like it's ready.
We'll put the toppings on that plate. Otherwise they're gonna like fall off.
Yeah. Mmm. I think I'll have a little hot sauce with mine too.
I'm not surprised.
Well, Lindy, did it turn out like you wanted it?
It's really good. It's actually better than the first.
The food was delicious and we had fun at Crab Key before attempting to move to yet another Elizabeth Harbour anchorage.
So Zach, you want to tell us what's going on here?
We were pulling up anchor over by Crab Key to move over to another beach that we wanted to check out. Well, the windlass started slipping. The motor was turning, but nothing was happening. Well, finally, I pulled in the anchor by hand, and we came over and grabbed a mooring ball, and now I'm trying to take the motor apart. Yeah, that's what's going on. You how did you see that happen? So, we've gotten it all apart with the help of our friend Daniel here, who's on the mooring ball next door, and we found that the gear is stripped bad.
It was in little filings inside.
Yeah. So we need either a new one of those or a whole new motor. All right, Lindy, why don't you give us an update on the windlass situation?
So, no go on fixing the windlass. We need a part, obviously, and it would take who knows how long to get it shipped here to Georgetown in the Bahamas. And also, who knows how much extra we'd have to pay for that. Zach has volunteered to be our manual windlass for our trip back to the States.
And we've got one more day here in Georgetown because we're planning to sail out tomorrow. So we're all sunscreened up and we've got a bag packed to go to the beach. Here's the old windlass. Just another thing that breaks. I told Lindy, I said, I've decided I'm real good at taking things apart and figuring out that they're broken and I can't fix them. Oh well, no big deal. So that's it. Time to go to the beach.
We headed over to Sand Dollar Beach, which is where we had intended to anchor holiday before the windlass.
That's where we're gonna hang out. So we're gonna come up here and set up our little beach area. Pretty nice. There, I see Joe out there and Michelle. They're working hard cleaning the bottom of their boat, making me feel guilty because we need to clean the bottom of our boat. We did all that windlass work yesterday. I can't work 2 days in a row. I'd get too tired. There's little trails I see that kind of go off into the middle of the island. Let's go check it out. To hang out and have a fire. Pretty crazy. Somebody's already got firewood there. This place is awesome. So we found another path over here to the Exumas Sound side, and we're going to go check it out. there's a hill. There's always a hill. And a steep one. Wow. Very nice.
We spent almost 2 weeks in Elizabeth Harbour, Georgetown, and Stocking Island. We loved it, but it was time to move on.
Going to be sailing out there tomorrow. Hopefully it's a little calmer.
We'd reached the midway point of our Bahamas trip and we'd be heading back into the Exumas Sound. Then the plan was to take a leisurely trip back through the Exumas before making our way to Florida.